I've never seen a country. Let me say this. Let me first give this caveat. The Olympics is probably the only time where I see uniformity in the United States. Obviously, you have a plethora of issues when we talk about the United States and how things are run. You can talk political, you can talk about economically, you can talk about racial. There's just a plethora of issues that merit and that cover the United States daily, hourly. But one thing that is true, one thing that I can honestly say is that it does seem like when the Olympics come, that is probably the only time where you see uniformity on a large scale. Like people that are racist, people that are poor, people that are rich, most of them are tuning in and watching the Olympics. Most of them have the same sentiment of they want the United States to dominate in the Olympics, or whatever country they support, they want them to dominate in the Olympics. This is probably the one time where there's still racism everywhere, don't get me wrong. And I'm not here saying that the Olympics stops racism. But what I'm saying is it just seems like there is a uniformal, collective feeling of support with the United States and with the Olympics. I say all that to say, I have never seen a country. Now, obviously, it's not everyone, but I've never seen a country go against their own player more than Noah Lyles. Now, we all know that most of this stemmed from Noah. Actually, I think all of this stemmed from Noah Lyles' comments on basketball, on the NBA, and how when you win an NBA championship, it says world champion. And of course, he had the famous champions of what, and at the moment, I think I said it here, at the moment, I understand where he's coming from. This is a person that his whole job is to go against other people in other countries. So I would understand someone, that's not in the NBA or not playing a professional sport like that, to question, what do you mean when most of your job is on Olympic or world scale? But his comments set ablaze, you know what I'm saying, to the NBA world, to the sports world. If you really want to know how big and how important the NBA and basketball is to the United States, that should show you right there. Those comments, bro, people, I've never seen a person that's representing this country, the country that they're representing, wants to see him fall more than ever. And you even saw it in the heats. So for the Olympics, obviously you have, I don't know how many heats, which is pretty much like a pre-run or whatever, like a pre-game or a preseason until the main event. I don't know exactly how many heats were in track for the 100, but bro, he was finishing second, he was finishing third, and people were like, the social media was set ablaze, bro, and it was just hilarious to see. Oh, you better win, because if you don't win, we on your ass. Like that people were going crazy. You had United States. Now, I'm not saying the United States men didn't support him, but you had the United States men's basketball in attendance. Obviously, sparked conversation after Noah Lyles' comments. And this man's from the DMV. Now, for people that don't understand what I'm talking about, he's from the only part a V that we support. Okay, so let me break this down for y'all. You have the DMV, which obviously in this case stands for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Now, for people that don't understand, all of DC is represented in that D, pulse. All of DC. DC isn't as large as, first is a district, so it's not as large as you think, but all of DC, whether we're talking about Southeast, Northeast, Southwest, all of DC is represented in the D, pulse. Then you have the M. And the only reason why I'm explaining this, because I'm seeing this a lot on social media now that the DMV is kind of going crazy in the Olympics, which we're going to explain in a second. But you have the M. The M pretty much is majority of Maryland outside of Baltimore. Baltimore is its own. Baltimore, you can pretty much say that Baltimore is its own country. Baltimore is its own state. That's pretty much what you can say. DMV represents majority PG County, which is where I'm from. Some Montgomery County, some. Like, once you get past Silver Spring, it starts to get a little sketchy. Depends on who you talk to. Charles County, Waldorf is, and I used to live in Waldorf. Waldorf is a hike. Waldorf is, yeah. I know I'm localing out this podcast right now, and I apologize for that. I just have to explain it because, like I said, I'm seeing a lot more people talk about the DMV seeing as though they've been going, like I said, they've been excelling in the Olympics. But the M is pretty much PG County. You got your Suitlands, you got your Upper Marlboroughs, you got your District Heights, you got your Laurel, Maryland, you got your Landovers, That's what the M is, Maryland. Then you got the V. Now, if you look on the map, you understand that Virginia is massive. The only part is Alexandria, Virginia, and some people would say Arlington. You could. So let's just say Alexandria and Arlington are pretty much the only representations of V for Virginia. I say all that to say Noah Lyles is from Alexandria, Virginia, home of the Hoffman. People that don't know what the Hoffman is a very famous movie theater that is in Alexandria, Virginia. In fact, that's pretty much the only thing that's in Alexandria, Virginia, outside of like water and it's sort of a richer neighborhood, or a richer area. Let's get back to the point. There were so many people that were preying on the downfall of Noah Lyles. And it's so funny when, first of all, let's shout out Noah Lyles for winning the 100-meter race. For people that don't know, I'm not a big track and field junkie. I've never done track and field. But I do know that when we're talking about who the fastest man, fastest woman in the world is, usually people look at the 100-meter. Usain Bolt made a living off of dominating the 100-meter, which is why a lot of the times when they talk about who's the fastest man in the world, the fastest man ever, they talk about Usain Bolt because he dominated the 100-meter. The 100-meter is just 100 meters of pure speed. If you don't have, now obviously there's technique, there's the way you get off the box, there's a lot of stuff. But the fastest person in the world is determined usually by the 100-meter. And the fact that Noah Lyles won that, he won it in the world championship, but Obviously, there's a difference between the World Championship and the Olympics. The Olympics is in my opinion, is the granddaddy of the stage of all stages. This is when you're going against. There's people that don't participate in the World Championships that obviously set their sights and goals on the Olympics. Noah Lyles proved to be the fastest man alive at the moment by winning the 100 meter. Now, let me explain to you how it was explained to me. Because if you're anything like me, for a good, let's say, 2 to 3 hours, you were as confused as I was. I don't remember homie's name. I think his last name is Thompson. It's the dude from Jamaica. You were probably as confused as I was as to how Noah Lyles won. When the dude from Jamaica's foot crossed the line before Noah Lyles. His foot crossed the line. Like, his big foot crossed the line before Noah Lyles. So in my head, I'm like, damn, Noah Lyles got second. But shouts out to Noah Lyles. You know, he was incredible. Then the camera. So this happened in real time, right? The race is over. The camera is focused on the dude from Jamaica. I think his last name is Thompson. The dude from Jamaica. It's just focused. Usually meaning this is the person that won. But then the camera cut to Noah Lyles celebrating. Noah Lyles taking off. Once he starts doing the whole, let's go and start circling the block. And once he took his name tag or whatever it is off and started, I said, oh, he thinks he won. Now, this isn't like one of those gymnastic situations, which we'll talk about in a second, but Noah Lyles thinks he won. And I'm like, wait, I don't know. Did anyone tell Noah Lyles that he lost? But he kept going to the point where I'm like, wait, did he win? Because then they kept showing the replay and they kept showing homie from Jamaica's foot crossed the line before Noah Lyles. So I'm like, yeah, Noah Lyles lost, or he's celebrating, which, don't get me wrong. We can talk about silver, we can talk about bronze, cool. Like, we're still talking as people that don't have Olympic medals, so it's still a great feat. But I'm like, yo, why do they keep showing Noah Lyles? I understand he's the big name in this, and a lot of the things that he's talked about, and the bravado that he had being from the DMV, the confidence, which is kind of why I explained the whole DMV portion, the confidence that a lot of people from the DMV have, it spews out of Noah Lyles. So you guys were probably the same age that I was that day when you found out that the foot does not determine if you win or not. I was always under the impression that the first piece of skin that goes past the line determines who the winner is. Whatever the first thing is determines who the winner. I was it 2 days ago, years old, when I found out that it has something to do with the torso or the collarbone or something. Like, if your collarbone, it's determined by the collarbone, which is how Noah Lyles won. Like 0.05, like, that was probably the closest win or the closest match. When you talk about photo finish, that was closer than a photo finish. It was incredible, bro. Shouts out to Noah Lyles for winning the 100 meter. Shouts out to the Jamaican guy again. In fact, I'm gonna look him up. Because I don't want to. I don't want to keep messing up his name. I don't want to keep messing up his name. Homie's name, please. Thank you for bearing with me. I think his last name's Thompson, bro. 100-meter results. Kisane? Kishan? I know I said your first name wrong, bro. I apologize, but Kishan, I'm gonna say Thompson, and the other dude from the United States, Curly, Fred Curly. Shouts out to all of them for obviously winning all gold, silver, and bronze. And I think it was hilarious, man. You see a bunch of people on social media saying, boy, if you would have lost, if no one else would have lost, I had the drafts ready. It's just hilarious, man. Like how somebody's personal comments and personal feelings about something, that really just shows you how, when you have a large platform, how important it is to, or how large it can be. And obviously someone like Noah Lyles, who is representing the United States, is big, bro. But shouts out to him, officially pretty much cementing himself as the fastest man in the world. I think the first American in, I don't know how many years, I think it's almost over a decade, that has won the 100-meter in the Olympics. And Noah Lyles can become the first person since, a first American, I think, in a while to win the both 100 and 200. So shouts out to him, bro. It's just crazy how everyone wanted to see this man fail and he didn't. Shouts out to him, bro. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.